are you today? This is Carolynne from NonnasNuttykrafts, and we're going to have some fun today. I tried to do a post to let you guys know I was going to be going live tonight, but Facebook is being really weird. You guys can't see, maybe you can. My Facebook page on my iPad is blank. I keep hoping maybe it will come up. You know how that goes, maybe magic fingers. So I'm hoping that I can get you up on the computer so I can see you. If not, I'm going to be doing this blind tonight, guys. Totally blind, which means I will not see comments. So let's hope that Facebook will let me see some comments. No. Don't you just love it? Don't you just love Facebook? They don't let you do anything you want. Ay, 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 ay. I'm going to try one more time, and then we're just going to go for it and go blind. I've been trying for probably the last almost hour to get on. Okay, it's going to be a blind video. So what I'm going to quickly do, you guys, is flip the camera around so that I can see you guys and maybe see comments. All right, my hand there. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to try not to cover the screen. Does that flip? Yep. And not to cover the screen with my fingers. That would be the goal. And where's the camera? You're going to see my hand in front, though. Oh, well, I tried. So I don't even know if I can see comments on here. It doesn't look like there's any comments coming up. So I'm just going to have to keep repeating myself a couple of times. Oh, well, what can I say? I don't know what to tell you. So hi, everybody, again. So we're going to, you can see I already started painting because this is a process to do these things. So I'm going to do it with you. What we're going to be making today is a Frankenstein. So I'm just going to tilt this just a little bit more up. That way a little bit. There we go. So hopefully you can see better what I'm making. Oh, my table shifted too. Okay, so again, I see no comments. I'm letting you guys know that up front. At the end of the video, I will go back and I will look at comments and respond to them. But hopefully I will have answered your question. So these are little satchels like this. I found these at Hobby Lobby. They were in the wedding section. It comes with a pack of 10, okay? They all had these little bows on, which are glued. So what I did, I just pulled it off. I saved the bow because, you know, you never know. And I just kind of pulled off as much as I could of that glue that was on here. It's kind of a little bit tacky. So most of them came off pretty good. Of course, the one I want to show you, right, is going to give me a hard time. Ugh. So I can come back to this one later. So, all right. So then what you're going to do is you're going to paint it. Now, I've done these in stages. I just finished painting the back of these. I started stuffing some of them. I had two here, this one. Okay. So we're going to paint one side. If you want to leave it with the natural burlap on the one side, by all means, go right ahead. Okay. You know, you can leave it like this on one side and paint just the other side. I do recommend, because when I was painting, I had my hand inside painting. And of course, my hand came up looking like an alien at the end. It's up to you. Wear a plastic glove. That would be my recommendation so that you don't get all the paint all over you. I wish I could see your guys' comments. I really do. So I do apologize. I really wanted to do this with you. That I didn't plan on Facebook being dorky tonight. All right. So you could do this before. I'm going to see if I could do this far away. These have, it's like a gold, bronzy kind of color, the little drawstring thing here. Now I get nothing on Facebook. Oh, don't you just love them? I love you, Facebook. And what we're going to do, it already has a knot in there, but we're going to create another knot. I'm giving up on the iPad, you guys. It's done. And here we go, like this. So listen, you guys, if it's your first time watching, hit anywhere on the page in the top part, right-hand corner, you'll see the little three little dots. And hit on that so you can get notifications. All right. So it's going to create it like as if there's two knots. There's one knot here and this is the second knot. We want them side by side because that's going to create the little bolt, you know, that's on Frankenstein's neck. Okay. So pull this one. You can pull it tight. It doesn't matter. Make whatever makes it easier for you. And you're just going to push them up close together. Bam. Okay. That's it. That's going to be his little bolts. You will take your green paint if you want to. You can paint it. Now I do not have a finished one because I really wanted to do this. I was rushing so quickly tonight. You know, you have to take the dogs for a walk and everything. Oh. So we have one side painted, right? And here's the other side. Now, the color that I use for the green is called Apple Tart. And it's the Craftsman. I got it at Michael's. Okay. I got a big shadow, don't I? Good Lord. Let's see if this will work better. I got a new ring light and I'm playing around with it. I didn't hook it up to the phone purposely because I wanted to use it so I can move it around different places. All right, let's see if that'll work. That better? Better or worse, till death do us part. Okay, so like I said, this is Apple Tart by Craftsman. That's the green one that I used, okay? And check it out. Michael's is like really down on their paints, at least mine is. The next color we're going to use, it's just a black. This is by Delta Cream Coat. This is just black as black. That's all that it is, okay? Nothing special. So we're going to take our black and we're going to paint his head. Now you can buy a big thing of black if you want to. I had this big one, and I had the little one. They're both the same brand, so I went ahead and just mixed them together. Paper towels are good. Gotta watch have my glue gun on over here. I just gotta damp this out because I used this a little bit earlier trying to get all those green ones painted on the back. Hopefully I won't get black paint on me. So all you're going to do next here is that we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint the top. The black comes out for so much easier to paint. I'm using a sponge brush. Now I did earlier use, you know, one of these brushes. You know, it's one of my thick brushes. It doesn't really matter. I tried both and I think they come out or work about the same. As far as the amount of paint that you get to put on there, you know, thickness. The black just layers very well on a single coat kind of thing. You know, very thick, I guess the word is. Again, if you're just coming on, I cannot see any comments. Facebook is not letting me on my computer or my iPad. It's just not coming up. So I'm winging this. So hopefully you all will just... I'll answer any questions you guys have later. So hi to everybody. All right. So now that I have a band, now you can make it as wide as you want. It's up to you. I might go a little bit wider on this. And this is just, guys, this is really easy painting. Anybody can do that, right? Then I'm going to put some paint on the brush and I'm just going to start on an angle. I'm just going to make an angle like that and an angle like that for his, you know, funky little hairdo. I don't know why Frankenstein has a pointy hairdo, but he does. All right, then I'm just going to do the same thing coming down here. Make them however big, however wide, or whatever you want. That's up to you. And just go across again. Mine seem to be the way I've been making them for whatever reason, is I get 3 full ones and a half one on the side. Who knows? Maybe if I made them thinner, I could get 4 across. Or if I made them wider, just do 3. It doesn't matter. And I just come up a half one on the side. Look, Frankenstein's hair. Not hard, you guys. The next part is drawing his mouth. I think I had these in stages here. Let me flip. These were I was painting on the back, so their faces are painted. but not the back. All right, so who did I just paint? Where did I just paint? Where is he? Here. Okay. So we'll let that dry a little bit. The next part is going to be painting on his eyes and his, what would be his, where his eyes are, his eyebrows, and his mouth, okay? So all I'm going to do, you use whatever thin brush you want to use, and I'm just going to see, I can see where the drawstring is here, and I'm just going to come up a little bit above that, and I'm just going to do a line like this, okay? And that's all I'm going to do. Now, if you're afraid about using one, there goes all my paint stuff all over the floor. There's these markers. It's just like a magic marker. And this is called Painters, and this is a medium. You may be seeing it backwards since I flipped the camera around. So at least I can see that I'm in the frame. And you can take that and just draw your line as well. Magic marker. All right. We're going to do the same thing where his eyes are going to be. Just draw a line. You might have to go over it a couple of times. Now with the green and black, the black came out really nice and thick. The green you may want to go over a second time or even a third time. It's up to you. So you're just drawing 2 lines like that. Okay? It's not hard. Now I'm going to take my little thin brush that I had, because that marker I have is a little bit thicker. And I'm just going to draw just lines down here. You know how he has his mouth like, I don't know, sewn shut, or the stitches on his mouth? And that's all I'm going to do, you guys. Each Frankenstein here's mouth is just a little bit different. So see? Not hard. Okay? Got that done. Frankenstein's mouth. All right. Now his eyes. You could do different things for his eyes, okay? I'm choosing to make them a little fun. If you wanted to do like half circles, you know, on his eyes, just like half circle and they join, so it's like, you know, like a half of an 8. You could do that and put a dot, a white dot on his face, eyes. You can do that. I'm choosing not to do that. I'm getting a white because I just realized I have black paint all over my hand. And these are disinfectant wipes, not just baby wipes. They're the Lysol ones, or Clorox ones, actually. I keep those handy for these, so I don't have to run back and forth to the bathroom to wash my hands. Anyway, so I'm choosing to use little googly eyes when we get to that point. Now we got to paint his little bolts. Now I haven't done that on any of them. I think I opened this one. No, I did not. Oh, this is really sticky. Now this is it's silver, but it's a metallic, okay? His little bolts on his neck, whoa, that's a lot of silver, are metallic-y. And this one I just realized I hadn't drawstringed him shut. Now you may want to do the knots before you paint because the paint stiffens it up a little bit. So let me just do this guy. Do his little knots on his little bolts on his face. On his neck rather, not his face. Oops. Okay, we're going to do him later because it's too tedious on that one. See if I can get this one. No, I'll do him later. Oh, he's gone. He's out to lunch. We'll do the ones that I've already made the knots on because then you can see. Oh, we need a paintbrush, don't we? So I use my scrappy paintbrushes on something like this. And what I mean by scrappy, you see how it looks like it's like split apart here. Usually when you get a nice paintbrush, they're nice and, you know, together. So I call this my scrappy paintbrush for that reason. So we're going to paint his little bolts. Now I'm just going to pull them out a little bit and hold them. And like I said, this is a metallic paint. I'm probably going to have silver all over me because, you know, I'm a messy person. Just make sure you're not getting it all over the green on your guy. Now this little part that's I pulled, it just so happened a little bit extra out there. You can go ahead and you can cut that off afterwards. So those of you that are coming on, just to say again, I cannot see any comments. So hello to everybody. Facebook is not letting me see anything. I've tried computer, iPad, and nothing's coming up. So I will answer anybody's comment after. But I will go over this several times to tell you where I got, you know, where you can do this stuff or where you can get the supplies and stuff, because since I can't see the comments. So these are burlap bags, just like this. They came with a little bow on it, which I took off, and we painted, you know, green. This would be the back side, and then we'll paint the front side. You'd have to go back and see, because I don't have any more to start over with to show anybody. But right now, they had little knots in the sides here. So we added a second knot, so it looks like 2 knots back to back next to each other. And these are going to be those little bolts on the side of his neck. Frankenstein's little bolts. I got to make sure these don't touch each other so the silver doesn't rub into each other. Oops. Okay. So I'm just pulling it out just to make it a little bit easier to paint. And I'm going to cut that long string off afterwards. And this is what we're doing so far. So far. God, I really wish I could see y'all. And again, this is metallic paint. So we used apple tart is the green that we use, and then just black is black. And we just drew 2 lines to form what would be coming his eyes and his mouth. Stay, I tell you. So today wound up being, oh my God, the last couple of days, because of the hurricane that went up through Louisiana, and bless their hearts, they've been getting hit hard all these like last 10 years. Was it 15 years ago Katrina came there, or 10 years ago, whatever, and now they get this one. It's like, Grant, it wasn't as bad, but still, I feel sorry for everybody. I really do. Ooh, there we go. So if it's your first time watching, hello, welcome to NonnasNuttykrafts. Hit anywhere on the page and 3 little white dots will come up at the top. Go ahead and hit those dots so you can get notifications. Now today, as I said, I didn't send out a notification because Facebook would not let me on their page to do it. So I just came live. That's all I can say. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. So just write whatever your comment, and I will go back and hopefully at some point tonight I can answer your comment if Facebook will let me. I really like this metallic paint. This is kind of cool. I usually don't work with metallics, you know, that really, but this is actually pretty cool for his bolts. All right. So his bolts are done. Do we have them all done? Oh, we got one more guy sitting over here. So there's one more. One more. I should have brought my hairdryer in here. That would really drive you guys nuts, wouldn't it, tonight? All right. So almost done with that side. Flip this around. Now these you can use for a couple of things. You can use them as a little giveaway if you're having a party of some sort. If you're doing a craft show, these are great. You can make them into ornaments, or you can make them into bowl fillers. So this gives you a lot of options on this here. I'm going to paint this one anyway, even though it's not going to be done. At least his little bolts will be painted. Oops. I wonder if Facebook's gonna bleep me because I said that I was singing. Not really singing, humming, I guess. So if you wouldn't mind to bless my page, that would be great. Oops, come back. And again, I apologize. I cannot see any comments. But you can always go back and look. I will try later to read comments if I can. Facebook will bless me to get on it to see. So right now I'm just running you guys off my phone. My computer doesn't let me come on it either, Facebook, nor does my iPad. So I apologize, people. There's nothing I can do. How did I miss this guy's bolts? Is it 2 bolts or 1 bolt? That one I was going to do later because I couldn't do his bolts. Alrighty, so what I do when I'm done with my color paint, rather than dumping it out, I will take my paintbrush and I will try to put it back in. I try to save all the paint that I can because, not that it's so expensive, but it's always going to be when you want that color and you've run out. You know how that goes. It's always that way, and that last little bit can make the difference. Okay. There's that. Let me get my wipe in my hand to get some of that paint off. Oh, I'm going to have to use a nail polish remover, probably. All right. So these guys are almost done, y'all. This is a really easy project, and you can do this with kids, you know, as well. Oops. How did that come up? Because there's no volume. Maybe I can get on Facebook. Let's see. Will it come up? Nope, still a blank page. But my volume should be off. Okay, volume is off, but okay. All right, so let's go on to the next phase. I'm just going to dab some of the silver paint out of here because I don't like my paint drying in it, because see what happens if that happens. Then I'll take a scrub brush later. All right, so I showed you how we painted the face on there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put eyes. I'm choosing to use googly eyes to make them, I call them googly eyes, just to make it more fun. Okay, so I've already took out some of the eyes I want to use. And this is where I'm going to put the old, my fingers will be happy phase. Glue gun, so if you are doing this with kids, make sure your glue gun. Actually, I'm going to do this second. Hold on. We're going to stuff these guys first because we got to glue the bottom. Polyfill. That's all it is polyfill, you guys. You can get this at any store, any of the craft stores. All right, so let's stuff them up first because we got to seal them. But we're not going to pull the drawstrings closed any more than we already have, and that's why you could go ahead and paint. I did the knots, and you can paint it because we're not going to drawstring it any closer than what it is. Any more than what it is. We're not going to make him any more closed. So the stuffing is up to you on how much you want to put in there to make them as fluffy as you want. I'm just trying to make sure I get up in those corners there because I don't want them sagging at any time. The paint is really good about keeping everything really stiff. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and pull this, put some more in this one. Okay. Gotta make sure if I have their bolts painted, the face painted. So like I said on these, I went ahead, pulled off the bow. I painted one side. So I already painted another side showing you in this project. So there's one side painted, and then we did the face, the hair, and we put the lines for the face. Now I will say that you're going to get, when you're painting, depending on, it doesn't matter which brush you're using or type of brush, is that you're going to get a lot of, you know, fraying. I'll use the word fraying, you know, pieces of the burlap that comes off, and it will stick. So that's just par for the course. You can't do anything about it, y'all. All right, so stuff them up. Just seeing who I have done. So this one, these I have to do the other knots on. So let's put those guys there. And I know one guy fell on the floor down there, but that's okay. We'll leave him there for now. All right, so we're just stuffing away. Stuffing. Let's get them all stuffed. And then we can go on to the next part. And he's almost done, you guys. Almost done. I want to stuff him before I put the eyes on because we're going to be gluing his eyes. And I just want to make sure, because once the glue goes through, it hardens a little bit and probably be just easier for me to do it. I'm doing it this way. You can do it whichever way you want. But this is how I'm choosing to do it. Now I'm just stuffing in and I'm seeing to make sure where because I'm going to be gluing this, that there's enough stuffing in there. Because I don't want to have it, you know, where it's all up top and there's nothing down here at all to adhere it. So it's just like a little sack, a little potato sack. Go over there, you guys. Oh, he can have a little bit more stuffing. Oh, not that little. All right. Put that down there. All right. So next what we're going to do, we're going to seal them up, okay? Because we don't want that all the polyfill to come out, needless to say. I'm really hoping I can get on so I can see you guys. That would be nice. No. Facebook's just not having it tonight. Good God, people. I just don't know what to do. It is what it is. All right, so we're going to put just along the, going along the edge on the one side, we're just going to put some glue. And we're going to press it together. And I only put it on 2 fingers. I forgot my thumb. And it is hot. And you're going to have to hold it there a few seconds just to make sure it adheres. So see? Good. Now we shut. Yay! Frankie. His neck is all closed up. Now, if you want to watch this video later, you can hit up at the top and you can hit the save button. So that way you can save it. But like I said, you know, go ahead and I can't see comments, so I apologize. Facebook is not letting me again on. I can't see any comments, can't get on the iPad, it won't come up on the computer either. So ask your questions and I will answer them as soon as Facebook lets me go ahead and answer. I keep trying and hoping that it will come up. Nope. So I don't know what the deal is. It's like, oh well. Roll with the tide. All right, so we're just squishing these together. We're hot gluing and squishing it together. A lot of glue on those hands. Got a few more, 3 more to go. And then we'll go on to the next stage. Oop, I need another glue stick. I thought I pulled one out. Oops, that was hot. Ooh. Hot, 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 hot. Oh, goodness gracious. Stick. Now you can use clips or something if you want to hold it together, but it does adhere pretty quickly. Let me get another glue stick. There we go. Get in there. Get in there, glue. Oops. So those of you that are coming on, we're making some Frankenstein, some little rustic Frankensteins today. If you watched my video the other day, I think it was Saturday or Friday, I went to Hobby Lobby. I found these little sacks. They come with a little bow like this on it that was glued on. I pulled it off, painted them. Painted green. It's a tart apple is the green color and black. And listen, you don't have to be a painter to do this, okay? This is not rocket science painting. A kid can do this. You can do this. Trust me. Trust me. Okay. You know what? Since I moved up here into this room, you know, Heather, my little, I always had my unicorn dancing before I came on. I can't find her. I don't know where I put her when I moved up here. I had her always in the one spot downstairs, but when I came up here, she didn't move into that same spot for some reason. So I don't know where she is. And I have looked everywhere for her. She had to have made it upstairs since downstairs is all cleaned up, so to speak. Okay. Whew. Oh, we got to leave these on. All right. So now, like I said, for the eyes, you can draw 2 half circles, like half of a figure 8, and do it up against the side. And you can go like this, like half and half. Okay. Let me come a little closer. All you would do is just take white paint and go half and half. And it will make them look mean for a few seconds. But then once the paint dries, you're going to put a dot in there. Okay, so it will look better. But I'm choosing to make them funny. A little bit more funny, not as mean looking. I'm using little googly eyes. I have a whole bag of little googly eyes. And that's what I want to use on mine. So I have my googly eye. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this with these because they're awkward. I'll keep one on because it's not the one I need. I'm just going to put a dab of glue. Choose the size you want. Put it on. And I'm going to turn them around so you can see them. And I'm putting them right next to each other. Now I almost did, look at that. Isn't that cute? And his eyes will juggle, needless to say. I almost did one bigger eye and a smaller eye just to make it more funny. I'm not into so much the really gory kind of thing in Halloween. That always scares me, I guess. And I always try to do things so kids don't be scared for Halloween coming up to the house, you know. So look at how cute. Aren't they cute? So I can't see anything. So if you guys are sending little hearts up there, if you think that you like this, send some love. And again, I will tell you where everything came from. The googly eyes you can get from any of your craft stores. The sacks I found in the wedding section over at Hobby Lobby. They're burlap sacks. Sacks. It's apple tart is the green color. Choose whatever color you want, but that's the green that I chose to do mine with. And black. Just paint. Have fun. Wear gloves, I do recommend, because you're sticking your hand inside the bag. So you can get paint all over you. So, but look at how cute they are. Just a fun little project. Now, if you want to make these into ornaments, you can go ahead, and I'll show you how to do that. Because it will be an option to the person that's purchasing these if they want to go ahead and keep it as an ornament, or if they want to make it into a bowl filler. They have both options. They can just pull out a piece of twine. I'm going to use twine. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I didn't pull his. Okay, I could still do it. It's like I didn't do a second knot on these. Oh well. It's okay. I can fix it later. Let's just sit over there, bud. This one's got 2. Oh, he's not finished painted. This one, Let's see if I can get him going. But see, look how cute they are. Isn't that cute? Now, if you want to tie the knots before you paint, oh, that's right, he was a little stiff, so we'll get him later. So these. Now, if you want to do it where you can go ahead and put, you can either use Halloween ribbon if you want to. I'm choosing just to use, now I had the bows. These were the bows that were on there. And that's one option, which is what I'm probably going to use. A little piece of wood in there. So let me pull out all the little bows. Did I get them all? I think I did. And then what I'm going to do is thread them in through the top. Now what I use, get it, these are what they call doll needles. And you can get these, oops, let me get the really big eye because this is thick thread. You can find this, I think I got these, it was either Joann's or Michael's, I don't remember, in their section. Thread your needle. And then you just come through, find the center of him. Now I'm going to put it more towards the back, coming up, because if they want to take it out, well, let's see. I'm going to pull one strand through. There we go. I pulled it all the way through. I'll go back the other way to push that stuffing back in there. Now why don't you come back the other way? You came so quickly through the front way. There we go. And then all I'm going to do is just tie this up. So if they don't want to use it as an ornament, they can just untie this. And I'm just going to tie it just like that. That's it. So that way they have an ornament as well. Or if they choose to. And if they want to take it out and use it as a filler, they can use it as a filler. So see how easy that was? Cute little idea. All right. So I'm going to get off here since I cannot see any of the comments or anything right now. But, and I will say thank you for coming to NonnasNuttykrafts. And I will see you next time. All right. Y'all have a good evening. Bye-bye.